Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my gout attack, day 4. Okay, day 4 of the gout attack. You can still see it's pretty swollen. The heat's not too bad. I haven't taken anything this morning as of yet because I want to take you all through my Bulletproof coffee. I want to give that a chance. See what it does for anyone looking at home remedies. But as you can see, I'm standing on it. Let's see, range of motion. Oh, yeah. I can bend my toes pretty good. Can't wiggle them as much as last night after getting back to from the emergency room. But that's pretty good. It's a lot better than yesterday, even though it looks like a ballpark frank. Anyway, let's get into the kitchen. So, man. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Daddy D's Kitchen. Of course, today is not going to be a regular cooking with Daddy D type thing. This is an extension to the welcome to my gout attack. So what I want to do today is show you in a more milder version than my last Bulletproof coffee video how I make my Bulletproof coffee. And if you're having gout, this is the only home remedy that even has a hint of helping. So I'm going to give it yet another chance today. My symptoms are kind of mild. Some people are like, well, you shouldn't be playing with that. You know, you mess up, you're going to hurt. But I kind of have a high pain tolerance, so I'm willing to risk it, because if I can alleviate pain by natural means versus taking prescriptions and stuff like that, that's what I would rather do. That's what my journey's been about. I think I messed up with my foot by going away from the journey, so I'm trying to get back on it with what I learned during the journey. Anyway, come along with me. Alrighty, so here we go. The first thing is the obvious thing. You got your coffee. Now you can make Bulletproof coffee or Bulletproof tea. Both of these are good baselines for getting your ingredients into your pie hole, because you're not going to want to put all the rest of the dry ingredients down your throat. So both of these are antioxidants, good with blood pressure from what I've been reading. So of course that's going to be your base. I know that blender looks dirty, but it is clean. But I use turmeric, and if anyone knows anything about turmeric, it does stain. So here you have the fats that I use. Now my two favorites are the coconut oil and butter. Not margarine, butter. And if you have to ask why, take a look at your labels and see how many things you can recognize as natural. Margarine is just no good. So, butter and heavy cream. Now, I don't use heavy cream too much, but there are some people that I make this for, and they're like, ew, you're going to put butter into my coffee? Nasty. So they'll have none of that, so I'll just go ahead and use the heavy cream. And once again, heavy cream, not coffee creamer, not, well, half and half is okay. And what is that other stuff? Non-dairy creamer. Once again, look at the label and see if you really think that's healthy. So one thing about this, and I was going to show you down the line, but I'll just jump it in here now. If I'm going to make a tea for people, bulletproof tea, I will generally use the vanilla extract. So boom, there you go. I'll use either of these for either one, either the cocoa or the tea. I'm not cocoa or the tea or the coffee. I'll use either of these, but the vanilla usually goes with the tea since tea is a little bit lighter than coffee. But by all means, try either one. Now we have the more controversial of the ingredients that I put in there. Not so much these. We'll get them out of the shot a little bit there. But the sea salt, the salt. A lot of people with high blood pressure are like, oh, I can't add salt to anything. Well, that's between you, yourself, and your doctor. With keto, low carb, you're generally going to need to replace the salt that you secrete from your diet. Otherwise, you're going to get cramps. You could take all the potassium, magnesium you want to, and you're going to cramp up, and it's because of that. Also, the keto flu, once again, could be because you're not getting enough of that. Now, it needs to be non-table sea salt, because not non-table sea salt, but non-table salt, because that regular table salt, they fire it up at 1200 degrees and burn all the micronutrients out of that. That's the big thing about sea salt. Now, this is Celtic sea salt. You've heard of pink sea salt. They're basically the same. The only difference between this one and the pink is this one has more micronutrients out of there. Now, you're not going to sit there and gulp down a bunch of salt to get nutrients. All these help you do, supposedly, is it helps unlock keys for other nutrients to work. Your potassium, magnesium, all the rest of the stuff. So then, of course, we come to our sweeteners. Now, you're going to want to use a non-sugar-based sweetener. So stevia works good for me. A flavored sweetener, it's good. Just helps wake up and change your coffee or tea. Make a little something different. I really like, there was another brand that had blackberry. It was delicious in my coffee. But I'm going to try this one today. Okay, sweetener. So this is the rest of the story, if you will. You got your spices. Now, what these add to your bulletproof coffee, and yes, I put the cocoa or the coca and the vanilla back in there because all these ingredients have anti-inflammatory properties, which for gout, that's what we're looking for, right? Anti-inflammatory. We want all that swelling, that ballpark frankness to go away. So I'm sure all the rest of them look okay. Vanilla, coca, black pepper or ground cinnamon, turmeric, and ground black pepper. Well, yes. If you look at some forums with gout, they do recommend black pepper. It's not awful, but you definitely need a fat, and there was something else that helped activate it as well. But if you're making bulletproof coffee, you don't have to worry about that. I believe it's the same with turmeric as well. But these are your anti-inflammatories. This is what does the work as far as the gout. Feel free to play with them. Usually any of these, I'll put a tablespoonful ground cinnamon, tablespoonful turmeric, back off, maybe a teaspoonful ground black pepper, maybe half, start at a half teaspoonful, and go from there. All right, so let's put all this together, shall we? So this is a huge cup of coffee. I think it registers about 6 cups on my coffee maker. But this is my favorite cup from Red Hawk. They said happy birthday, gave me a cup. So thank you, Red Hawk. So I've made my coffee. I'm gonna just throw my coffee in there. I've already got my butter in there. And then to that, like I said, it's a teaspoon. All my tablespoons at. There we go. Tablespoon. So to that, add a generous tablespoonful of coconut oil. Now, like I said, at this point, if I had somebody that got all weirded out by butter being in their coffee, I would add my heavy cream. But one, I already have butter in there, and two, I like butter a little bit better than heavy cream because it. Another thing about this is it gives you it makes it so you're not hungry. So I really wouldn't do this with a meal. Just have your cup of coffee because the fats in it are going to satiate you enough to where you're probably not going to want to eat anything for a while. Which, if you're trying to lose weight, that's good. If you're trying to just fast until lunchtime, this is great, you know, because it just gets rid of that little hunger. So, got all that in there. And then I just kind of eyeball a tablespoonful of cocoa. Get too much in there, it's alright. Same with the cinnamon. Try to get a tablespoonful in there. Once again, if you get too much, it's really not too bad. Turmeric, teaspoonful. This, it's going to make it chewy if you put too much in there, but you're going to try to go do a teaspoonful. And like I said, I am not going to put the black pepper in there. I've got enough stuff. Okay. All right. Let's go for half. Ooh. That it may not be too bad. We'll find out. A little more than what I wanted. So I'm going to use the berry pomegranate. Just throw, whoops, some in there. First time it was open, you know, high altitude, it tends to squirt all over the place. So I'm going to blend this up. It gets very loud, so I'll see you on the other side. All right? All right, so we're blended. Smells pretty good. You can really smell that sweetener. So pull this out of there. Always want to be careful because there's stuff on the lid. Trying not to make a mess, especially since I'm wearing white. Pour it on in there. See how well I did on my measurement. Oh, look at that. Ha. I know you can see that. You know, you can see that it didn't spill over. So, good measurement. So, how's it taste? Especially with that black pepper in there, right? Oh. That is delicious. Can't taste the black pepper. And you can't taste the salt either. You know, it's just this chocolatey berry pomegranate loveliness. So I'm going to go ahead and drink this and get off this foot because I've been overdoing it. It's starting to stiff up. But like I said, if you want to try a home therapeutic type thing for your gout, and it's not too bad, you know, I'm not, you know, this is natural. It's just coffee or tea with a few little things in there if you're not allergic to any of them. You know, can it hurt? I don't see how. That is so good. Give her a try. Let me know what you think, and you know, if it helps out, let me know. Like I said, out of all the home remedies that I've tried, this one is the only thing that had a hint of helping. So, Superman. See you on the flip side. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, please. God bless. Just a little bonus footage here. It's been probably about 2 hours after I've had my Bulletproof coffee. As you can see, there really isn't much size difference. It's not like it's gone down. The heat, a little bit hotter than the regular foot. Like I said, it's still kind of hopple on it, but what I wanted to show you guys is the range of motion. Remember, it was hurting me a lot. Couldn't barely move it. You know? That's a little bit of amazing, isn't it? Got to be a little bit of amazing. I can bend it around. I mean, yeah, at the extremes, there's some pain, but don't you think that's a wow factor? So, I haven't taken any other drugs, any of my other meds still, and good stuff, I think. Anyway, take care.